Is anybody else thrilled that it's Friday?
Oh, yes.
Yay!
Yes. I don't know why, but last week felt like it went by really quick, and this week is just kind of like, ugh.
Dude, I know.
These last couple of days have been crazy busy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just thinking this morning, I was thinking about something that happened yesterday, and I was like, when did that happen? Was that Wednesday? Was that Tuesday?
Yesterday, I was so flustered, I don't even know what was going on.
Oh, yesterday felt like it took forever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is the one thing I wanted to accomplish and finish by 5, I didn't.
same.
I'm like, why?
Same.
I was going to punch everybody at a restaurant.
We were going to punch everybody yesterday.
More so the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is The Perspective, by the way. My name's McCall.
I'm Ima.
And I'm Producer Butters.
And Producer Butters, do you want to elaborate? Do you want to go into
Yeah,
that
I'll
a
get
little bit
into
more?
it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we go to said restaurant.
Right.
And instead of ordering at the counter now, they make you do it on the
kiosks.
The kiosks, which
Dude,
is very stupid, but okay.
I hate that, but yes, I get it.
I mean, it's okay. I
Worst
guess
things-
it wouldn't bother me, but I had a gift card.
Yeah, like,
Oh, that's a
it's-
pain.
It's not a bad thing. I think a lot of the times ordering in the kiosk is faster, but yeah, in this case.
Okay, so I didn't know how to use the gift card. So they have a little button on there that says assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So we push it. Literally like 10, 15 minutes. And they kept making eye contact at us like,
What do you want? What do you need? That's annoying.
come over here. And then finally somebody came over and was like, oh, you just hit checkout and pay at the counter.
It literally took like 10 seconds to explain this to us.
That's so weird.
But like the thing is, like, they would walk out, they would make eye contact with me, and I'd be like, "Oh, they're coming," and then they would just like make a sharp right turn and go the other way, and I'd be like, literally, like, there's a line behind me. Help me, help you.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Also, I was very hangry. So
What?
on
You
top of
know.
that, on top of that, that didn't help.
Right.
Then,
Then.
to top it all off, finally got our drink. Right. So fill it up with our favorite drink.
Mhm.
My favorite drink tastes like crap.
Of course.
So I dumped the whole thing out.
Uh-huh.
And I walk over. I tell the lady. I said, "Hey, I think I just filled it up with a second one. It tastes like crap." So I threw that one out.
Mhm.
And I said, "Hey, I think that something's wrong with these ones over here." She says, "When I get a minute, I will look at it." And
Okay.
I turned around and I was like, "Great, I don't have all day."
And then I just grabbed my drink, and Producer Butters was like, "Are you just gonna take that nasty drink?" And I was like, I said very loudly and poignantly, I was like, "Well, I have to go back to work. I don't have time to wait for someone to have a minute."
I'm sure they appreciated that.
I don't care.
I understand. I've worked
Mm-hmm.
in the food industry, and I know how busy it gets. But also, you can't say that. You can't be like, "When I have a minute." Like, okay,
Well,
like
I guess screw the
guess-
50 people that are in here waiting to get a drink.
or the people that just like grab their drink and walk out because they can't, like, they don't have time, and then they get to work and they're like, "Ew."
Okay, so I went back through and filled up probably six different drinks.
Mm-hmm.
All of them taste like crap.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm just playing devil's advocate for a moment. I know you guys are both going to, like, murder me at the stake. But, like, you know, I don't know, like, phrasing-wise, what would have been better in that scenario. Because, like, obviously, she was doing something else. So it would have been like, oh, hey, yeah, I'll check on it in a second. Like, what would you have preferred? Like,
what I would have preferred is, oh, let me fill that up back here and see if that's better.
Okay. Because I'm just curious, like, what the solution was, what was preferable for you guys at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, I don't know. Because, again, working in food service, we've been there, we've done that.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's frustrating. We know it's hard. We know there's a million things going on. And the 5 other people that you're working with are sacks of rocks and can't do anything. Fat sack of butts, if you will. And they all suck. And so sometimes you're the only one that's running around actually doing the job. So, okay.
Well, I mean, they all looked pretty busy, so
Right.
I have some compassion, like empathy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like Producer Butter says, like, there's other solutions. Like, if I had been in that position, I would have been like, yeah, let me try out the one back here.
Mm-hmm.
It'll
Yeah.
take me 2 seconds.
Like if it was just one drink, then I'd be like, okay, that's fine. like I can choose a different one. But when I chose 2, and if
Right.
2 are wrong, that means something is going wrong with that.
Right.
And like just to whatever.
Right. Which, if that's the case, it's going to be a whole bigger issue. You got to check the carbonation. You got to check the,
Right. So then they should
lines,
start
like-
filling them up in the back.
yeah. I mean, good. But
I mean, that adds more to their plate.
I
but
agree,
yeah.
but you get people out of the way, I guess.
Yeah.
so I don't know. I mean, I guess I get it. I
The
get
other
it.
thing too is they wouldn't. So when you go up to the kiosk, you can't do dine in. It has to be takeout only.
Okay.
So I don't know why that matters, but people were still eating inside. Well, what? Okay, so what really ticked me off about the whole thing? I forgot about this part. Is there was another employee at the trash can. Up, down. Just taking her time, putting the trash in. Like, you can't check on that. Made me so mad.
There was also a few employees that were just kind of standing around waiting for the food, which I get. I get that. I mean, your job is to pack the food. But like if you're just standing there, maybe look around and be like, "Oh, look, I need your assistant light is on. Maybe let me go check." It literally took 10
Again,
seconds.
it probably was amplified because I was hangry.
Right. I'm sure that's probably the case.
And I
Yeah.
said something, well,
I was hangry.
I do. I
was
do know.
stressed.
I censored a lot of what I said. So
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you censored some of what you said.
I did not. I give 0 Fs.
Yeah.
I
Yesterday.
promise I'm not a Karen.
I promise I'm not a Karen.
Okay.
What's the male version?
All right, Chad.
I swear I'm not a Chad.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to add to that. Just
Yeah.
I have nothing beneficial.
Well, good thing there's other locations, so I'll just won't go to that one again.
Yeah. Just
Good.
for a while, unless it's just drive-through.
Sounds fast foodish. Not much that you can really expect higher expectations with it.
I probably got a bad service and went through a drive-through.
Potentially.
Probably.
Maybe.
Well, they have a time limit. They have to get them out, and I think it's like less than a minute and a half. They have to from order to food.
Mm-hmm.
That is their like I don't know if that's the actual time, but there's a goal,
Mm-hmm.
and if they don't hit that, it starts affecting other
Mhm.
things.
Well, sweet.
So we should have went through the drive-through, but
It's
I wanted to eat
It's
there.
yeah.
Is the problem.
And now you know for the future.
Now I know that for the future, this particular place's pop sucks.
Perfect. Okay, so now I mean I don't know where to go from that. I don't know how to segue that.
We're just talking about character ripoffs today.
Well, yeah, that's what producer Butters wants to talk about. We're talking character ripoff, so lead away.
Yeah, so apparently in the movie Gremlins, there's a character. I can't remember the name. Sorry,
Gizmo.
I didn't have Gizmo. Yes, Gizmo. So they're saying that, like the director is saying that, what was it? Baby Yoda
Mhm.
was a direct ripoff of Gizmo. So, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen the Baby Yoda ones. I mean, I've seen the character, the little baby doll thing.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I guess I could see it, but
Let's take a look. Let's compare them side by side.
it's close.
I mean, I see it, but also
They're two different animals.
Baby Yoda looks more like Yoda, except not as old, I guess.
Not as old. Fair.
And Gizmo has like bigger ears.
And maybe that's why they're comparing it, is because of the bigger ears.
Could be.
And he's fuzzy. Like Gizmo has fur.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda doesn't look like it has fur.
Yes.
It has like little hairs, I guess. Like is that?
I just don't see. Yeah. I mean, other than the ears, I don't.
I guess
they're
it's
just
more
small.
the face. Like if you just ignore the ears and the fur and
see,
just look at the face,
I would
think maybe.
I would think a Furby would look more like a Gizmo than Baby Yoda.
Furbies are scary.
I liked the Furbies.
They scared me. I always have.
Never had one, so. But I imagine it would scare me too. By the way, we've been watching a lot of Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not having any dolls.
No, absolutely not.
Not in my house.
I want no dolls.
Anyway, so you had some character ripoffs that you wanted to talk about too.
I more so, I was thinking more about like the way that people act based on like situations, like their own personalities, because there's a lot of people who, rip off certain parts of.
So they mimic.
Sort of. Yeah, it's sort of mimicking, but it's more so like creating an entire persona out of certain things, whether it's out of the anime characters, whether it's out of my favorite hobby is blank, and then so-and-so's hobby becomes their entire personality, right? So it's a creation of that. That's kind of where I was going with it. We have the conversation about like, somebody's favorite thing is fantasy football. It's super popular right now. That's like their thing. And so fantasy football then becomes their entire personality. And it's like you don't have like a base personality out of it. It's just fantasy football. And so the question of whether or not like what's something that becomes your entire personality, because for me, I have so many hobbies. I have so many things that I do that become like all encompassing.
I'm dead inside.
I'm perfect. Great. He has no personality. We love that for you.
It depends on who I'm with, I guess.
Yeah.
Same.
Sometimes.
Like for me, I go through phases. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race religiously. And so, for example, Balenciaga is one of the ways that they say Balenciaga during, all of it. And so today I found out that Balenciaga is dropping a new bag that looks like Lay's potato chips.
That's stupid.
So stupid. However, it's Balenciaga, and so that's how they're going to end up selling it. And so that has become a part ingrained inside of my own personality, pop culture references that have started to adapt and create personality.
I was going to say, I think for me, my personality changes depending on how comfortable I am with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably much more funnier or stupid, whatever you want to call it, when I'm way more comfortable
Right.
around whoever.
Well, and I think that's something like in common with everybody that are just, I have this level of comfort and familiarity with you, so I allow you to see parts of me that other people wouldn't be able to see.
I'm pretty sure some people think I'm just a douche all the time. I'm mad.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably so.
I'm pretty sure of that.
Well,
Especially here.
Yeah.
Probably because it just seems like I just complain all the time. But
Dude, I get it. I feel the very same way about my own self when it comes to stuff, because it's like, I'm sorry that I'm bringing up problems again. Like, I don't want to be seen as as the poster child for problems here, but I want to shift things. There she is
again.
She got issues, and I feel like that very much so
She got
was
issues.
Big issues. But I think for a while that that became like a stigma, like a label that got attached, and I was really worried about it, But anyway, I get that.
Yeah. Well, I guess, I don't know. The hobbies that take up my personality are sports.
Nice.
Movies, TV shows.
Movies, TV shows. Mm-hmm. You start to adapt.
That's all I ever see her do is watching TV shows.
Well, that's good though. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, so before, it's kind of weird. I don't know where the shift happened, but before it was music. Like, you would just see me listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't watch TV, or I would watch like maybe one movie, or probably horror. That's also, I guess, something that has taken root in my personality is horror movies and horror movie references. I mean, this isn't a horror movie.
I know. I was like,
but
Halloween classic,
It's
Halloween.
staple, iconic.
It's along the same genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
I'm
guess.
also like a big, like if you ask any of my coworkers, they know. They're like, for example, Carolina just said it on the airwave. She's like, Mima's the queen of Halloween. And I'm like, I'm not really. I just have fun with it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, I feel the same way. I enjoy that aspect of things, the spooky side of stuff, you dabble in that kind of thing.
See, one of these years I got to have Halloween on Christmas.
That's right. Then we can
and then we
celebrate
can wish
with
this
Blink
night
182.
never ends.
That's right.
By the way, new song just dropped.
I know.
Ha.
I listened to it this morning. I
love it.
I like it. I don't hate it, but I missed Tom DeLonge's voice in Blink 182. I missed it. I'm glad he's back. I missed it a lot.
It reminds me of the old Blink 182.
Yeah. I mean, not that Matt
Yay.
Skiba is like bad or anything. Matt Skiba obviously did an incredible job also, but Tom DeLonge's it's just, where are you? Like,
It's just that weird, annoying
it's a
voice.
twangy,
Yeah.
but I love it. It belongs in Blink 182. But
By the way, self-titled album, my favorite.
yes, it's so
Hands
good.
down.
It's one of the best
favorite.
albums ever, like of all time, I would say. Anyway, they're going to be at the When We Were Young festival. And I feel like festival goers, that's another thing that
Where's that
becomes Vegas next
It's
year.
already sold out.
No, that's this year.
Oh, this
There's
year's
two
sold
of
out.
them. Yes. There's
already
there's
sold out.
this year and next year. This year's is next Saturday,
Yeah. It's already-
and
yeah.
next year's is on the 21st of October. So this year's is more see, music again, huge part of my personality, but
Same.
this year's is more like your emo, like your darker emo side of things. You've got My Chem headlining with Paramore, and a lot of the like Less Than Jake and The Used. And so it's more of this like heavier emo side of things, if you want to call it heavier emo side of things. And then next year is like pop punk, like Bowling for Soup. Bowling for Soup may be there this year, so take that off. But headlining is Blink 182.
Bowling for
and
Soup is more like comedy.
yeah, 100%. And I think they're more, I can't remember if they're there this year or if they're next year, but like next year you've got more of the like Boys Like Girls and that vibe of it. So more of the like pop, punk, mainstream sound. So it's going to sell out, obviously, because of course it will. But festivals in general, I've never been to a festival, but festival goers that are actively in the festival scene or the rave scene to go to those kinds of things, that is entire personality. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just part of it,
Yeah.
creating a persona based around said thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I think me too is like mostly music. Like,
yeah.
Just puts me in a mood.
And so you could just run with it forever and ever, One of the other
Really
things.
good mood, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the other things for me that I will get on like a kick about, it depends on like you were talking about earlier, movies, TV shows, etc. Like I start to Breaking Bad is the first example for me. I can't say what I say because of that movie or that TV show because it becomes ingrained in my framework of vocabulary. But again, I can't say it. Thanks, Jesse. That's just
Okay, so what's weird is I think probably the first like actual like TV show that I followed all the way through was probably Malcolm in the Middle. So seeing Breaking Bad, the guy that's on there, I can't think of his name. What's the
Bryan
guy?
Cranston.
Him.
Yes. He's
Throws
dad.
me off because
He's not Walter
because
White.
So every time I see him as the serious character on there, it's just weird to me. So there's another movie that he's in.
Uh-huh.
It's called something Marge Go Large.
Uh-huh.
I can't.
I think it's like
Jerry
and Marge.
Go
Yeah.
Large, and he plays the.
Goofy.
Well, he's not even goofy. He's just. It's not even like it's like a nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerdy type.
Yeah.
So it's just weird to see the character changes
It-
in him.
Yeah.
And like I said, now I see Breaking Bad and I think of Hal,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not Hal.
And it's so weird. It's so weird when it comes to that aspect of things. Like, yes, he's a great actor. He's able to switch roles like that. Like, it's nobody's business. There's no issue with switching it. But it's weird how our brains like trigger that. Like, for me, I really want to watch Ozark, but I was so obsessed with Arrested Development forever. And so I cannot see Jason Bateman in a serious role. I can't. For me, I'm like, he is Bluth forever and ever, amen.
See, I never seen that show, so
Oh
I don't
my
know.
gosh, it's so funny. It's so stupid funny. I love it, It's like the same thing that people had issues with Steve Carell because they watched The Office for so long, and so they always saw Steve Carell in this role. And Steve Carell is so versed in what he does.
He
and
did really good in the morning show.
yeah. Oh my gosh, incredible. But you never know what you're really going to get. Because it's like you watch the show. If
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson. You never know if you are going to watch him and he's going to be 40-year-old virgin, or if he's going to be Michael Scott, or if he's going to be I can't remember what his name is in the morning show. But
I don't remember either.
You don't know what it is. It'll come to me in like 20 minutes. But you don't know who it is that he's going to be, especially if you haven't seen the trailer and you don't know what the show is.
He's a very serious character in that series.
Yes. Oh man, he does an incredible job. It gives me like PTSD-ish over it. Like it's so good. Anyway, it's just cool how people can shift, their personalities, actors' personalities. It's cool to see the ability to shift in between characters, It's almost like humans, It's like second season McCall is in this new role of blah, blah, She's watching all of the RuPaul's Drag Race and has encompassed that persona into her persona this season, So it's kind of funny.
I think it is funny.
The only thing I've seen from RuPaul's Drag Race is the Chad on SNL.
Oh my gosh,
Pete
it's
Davidson.
hilarious.
That one is so funny.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You are beautiful. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, it's so funny. Like I we'll have to watch the skit afterwards because we can't obviously show it right now, otherwise we'll get sued. But I don't know. It's just interesting. Personas changing, rip-offs of characters, creating them as your own persona, all of the above. It's kind of neat. Any final thoughts when it comes to any and all of the things?
Halloween Town, the mayor looks just like Willy Wonka.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got to be based off of Willy Wonka.
Has to be.
I would assume that's correct. Any final thoughts, Mima?
No, Halloween is a great time.
For sure, Z's. Okay.
Ooh.